Hi, everyone.
Welcome to Podcast for Your Life. I'm Jason.
I'm Jam, and this is the podcast where we share thoughts from our life.
For yours. So happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We are thankful for all of our loyal fans and new fans, old fans, everybody in between.
Let's not say fans. Let's just say listeners, because
Listeners, that's right.
fans implies that they have positive
that's right.
feelings.
This is true, yeah. Sorry, fans. Listeners, thank you guys so much for listening in. Today, we are also thankful for soap, and that's why we're going to be talking about soap for your life. Hand soap, bars of soap, foaming soap, dish soap? Are we going to talk about dish soap?
Man, there's a lot of kinds of soap. Now we're getting into it, it might be more than we can handle. I don't know.
Ha. Well, let me ask you this. Like, where or, like, what kinds of soap do you guys normally get for your place?
I'm super functional about soap. I'm not super worried about the scent or whatever. In fact, I haven't bought body wash in like 2 years.
Wow. Do you use body wash?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. That would be my first question.
So I had a sweet setup going on. One of my good friends who actually listens to the podcast.
Oh, shout out.
He used to work for a place, I'm not gonna say the name, that was like a men's like grooming products company or whatever, and he was a designer for them. And so he would here and there like score. He all the time scored free stuff, and sometimes he would give me some of it. And so
Nice.
at one point he like stayed with us, and so he gave us like a few bottles of stuff, and I still am using that. I haven't run out yet.
Wow, it must be some, like, I think there are some brands that, my wife was something like, yeah, it's only $20 and you get 4 ounces, but it lasts you forever because you only use a little at a time or whatever.
Yeah.
Or that, I don't know, they have like that 18-in-1 uses soap or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're only supposed to use a little bit.
Right.
But it lasts you forever. So it like makes up in price, or I guess.
Sort of, exactly. And it's like,
I don't know.
I kind of feel that way because I don't use a ton of whatever it is anytime, like whether it's shampoo or body soap or whatever. But has been nice to not have to buy any. In fact, I actually thought I ran out of the stuff that my friend gave me, but then I just found a whole other bottle of it, like literally yesterday. And so I'm set, man. Like,
That's awesome.
and the scent is really good. I really wish I could tell you guys the company, but I'll not say it. Basically, it's like this rosemary something
Yeah.
soap, and like it has like smells of I think there's some like aloe and something else that's really cool and awesome, and the smell is great, and the whole bathroom smells like it whenever I use it.
Rosemary. That's a very interesting scent for a dude. It's a more neutral scent. I'll give you that, but
I'm not worried about how I smell really.
yeah, sure, obviously.
I just don't want to smell bad.
Yeah, you guys have no idea. Well, that's really cool.
But I've always had a hard time like having a really strong opinion about this kind of stuff. Like, I'm not super loyal to any kind or any brand or whatever.
Sure.
It's at any time, any type of soap can convince me that I should get it instead of whatever I've been using. Like,
Yeah.
like I've had all kinds of phases. Like I went through an Irish Spring. That's what it's called, right?
Yuck.
Yeah, with the Irish Spring phase in like middle school. Well, I was like all about it, and then I was just kind of like, nah. And then
Middle school.
yeah,
Okay, maybe it's like, I guess everybody went through the Axe and Irish Spring phase in middle school.
I would describe Irish Spring pretty differently from Axe
It
because
is different.
yeah, Irish Spring wasn't trying to be hip with the kids at all, like at
They
all.
weren't. Not at all. Oh, man. Maybe they should. Maybe they'll have a comeback.
Yeah.
Well,
What
I
about
don't
you?
know if they need to be coming back. Anyway,
Yeah. What about you, soap wise?
yeah. I don't know. I would agree. I'm not like particular to a certain brand or flavor or scent or whatever. We try to pick kind of healthy soaps, and obviously we're not picking organic soaps because those are like, at least I don't pick organic soaps because they're expensive, and
Yeah.
I don't see like, I haven't felt personally convicted to get those, but I use a kind that's like 90-something% naturally sourced or whatever, so I guess it's decent, and it smells good. It's not like the most powerful stuff, but it is interesting how like you can get something that doesn't have like a million chemicals in it and it still smell decent, but also not be too expensive.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a very slim area.
I've heard a sort of interesting like point of view about like cleaning and soap and stuff. that I'm just gonna sort of regurgitate it. I don't know if I have a strong opinion about it, but it's the idea that like over time we've kind of gotten more, especially our society, got more and more like caring about cleanliness for the most part. Like even those of us that we might like have had a friend in college who like didn't shower very often, is still more clean than say our Americans 200 years ago when they had less fewer options and didn't have as easily accessible hot water, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But that to some degree, the fact that we are able to get as clean as we do get can sometimes like not really help us in terms of our immune system. Like if we are so used to these very perfectly clean environments that it's possible maybe that our immune systems are getting sort of weaker.
Yeah, there's definitely that argument.
And so that's kind of interesting. So who knows? Maybe there was a sweet spot of dirtiness that we should have stayed at.
Yeah. Well, because what I've heard, like my wife probably knows a little bit more about this than I do, but I think she said that like you're only supposed to like wash your hair like once a week because the natural oils like make your hair nicer or something like that. So, for example, if you're shampooing your hair every day, from what I've heard, it actually takes away from like the natural oils that form in the natural state of your hair. And I would agree because like I've had times where if I shower, my hair will get just like super wavy and frizzy and doesn't look great and stuff like that in certain parts. But if I leave it, it's like the next day, it's like, hey man, my hair looks great. Like yesterday it looked terrible, but today it looks like great. So it's interesting how it's like people want you to like take a shower every day, and they're like, oh my gosh, you didn't take a shower today, you're so dirty or whatever. But it's like with your hair, it's like, oh, you shouldn't wash your hair every day. It's like interesting. So I agree. Maybe there is a sweet spot of dirty cleanliness that's out there. But yeah, I agree. It's like it is interesting how as technology has improved and we have gotten easier access to running water, our standards for cleanliness have gone up as well.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. But one thing that's tough too is that like I've heard that we talked about a lot where you shouldn't shampoo your hair every day and stuff, but I literally have to. Like if I don't, I mean I don't have to, I should say. But if I don't, it looks like I haven't like washed my hair in like a week. There's not like a middle ground where it looks like a little bit. Like some people are like, oh yeah, it looks great whenever I only like wash my hair every few
interesting.
Days. But it looks like I've been homeless or something for like a while because it just looks my hair is really fine. Like each strand of hair is like not as thick as others.
Yeah, it is pretty fine.
And so I always have to qualify because it seems like I'm complimenting myself. But it's terrible because if I go any length of time without like washing my hair like that, it just looks awful, and I don't have the flexibility that other people have, and I feel like it's a little bit unfair. Okay.
Oh, sorry, man. You just gotta work with the hand that you've been dealt or something.
Although my sort of response strategy to that is that like about once a year or so, I'll just completely buzz my head, and then I can go like weeks without washing my hair. I still shower every day.
Sure.
But then it's not important because there's like so little hair to have to wash. Mm-hmm. So
that's great.
Yeah. It's like I can either have some hair and wash it every single day, or zero hair and not wash it. It's great.
Wow. There's no middle ground there.
No middle ground.
No middle ground. It's too bad.
What do you think about bar soap?
I was literally going to ask you that question 5 seconds ago. I don't know. It's funny how like when it comes to like when people give donated goods to charities, like clothes and shoes and blankets and stuff like that, I think what's asked for is bars of soap, probably because you don't have to worry about spills. But I'm wondering if that's just because it's cheaper, it's easier to transport, and maybe it's because people don't like it as much. Like I don't know who I don't know anybody who uses bar soap, and like when I go to the store, it seems like the bar soap's always at the bottom. It's like, oh yeah, if you want bar soap, it's down there, but everything else, look at this, it's on sale and it's on top.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not like, I think there are certain ones that they smell decent, but I don't know, just like the act of just like, I don't know whether I'm supposed to like rub it in my hands and then rub it on my shoulders or whatever, or if I'm supposed to rub the whole bar of soap. Like, I just don't know.
Right, and like, here's the thought. I think one reason it's still prominent is I think it lasts longer than a bottle of soap. Because of the fact that, like, only so much of the soap is coming off from use it. If you're donating it to something for, like, whatever the cause is, I think the thought maybe is that it's cheaper for one. You can buy more of them, and that each bar might last longer than a bottle. And so,
But how do we know? Like, if you melt down a bar of soap, wouldn't it be like about the same?
not melt down, but think about it for everyday use kind of thing. If you used a bar of soap every day and a bottle every day, the bar might last longer.
How do we know though?
I'm just
Isn't it about the amount that the person uses? though?
I'm taking a stab right now.
Guess we'll never know.
But the other thing, like, so your bar of soap, say you're using it, can the bar of soap get dirty? It's soap. There's an idea maybe that like it's the cleanest thing there is, and maybe it can't get dirty. But also you're rubbing it, like whoever's using it that might be dirty is getting their dirtiness on the bar. Is it possible for a bar of soap to be like pretty disgusting and dirty?
I mean, possibly, but if you think about it, like, as you're using the bars, there's a layers that is being washed off. So, in a sense, potentially, when you use it after somebody else, you're getting parts of their dirtiness that they touch the soap with. But then again, I don't know, because, like, once you start washing on your body, the idea is that it, like, removes bacteria or germs or dirt, filth, uncleanliness. So,
Muck.
I don't know, it's interesting.
Muck.
Oh, yeah.
Yuckiness. Keep going. What else? Stench.
So I don't know.
Gunk.
Okay. Yeah.
What else?
That's all I can think of.
Okay. Should have make sure we didn't miss anything.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, so, yeah. Is soap this, like, incredible substance that can't get dirty? Like, can bacteria just not even, like, touch soap?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, is it, like, holy water and stuff or something like that? Or is, I don't really know what holy water is.
Maybe, and I obviously this shows my lack of knowledge, and just a common recurring theme of the show is that we aren't experts in anything we talk about, except keeping these podcasts under 15 minutes. I don't know if soap is like an antibacterial thing. It probably is, and most soaps probably are, but maybe some soaps are just like, you know, gelled fragrance in order to, like, apply to your body, and it leaves a little bit of a scent so
Right.
that you don't stink, you know?
I've heard that
or your natural body odor doesn't come out or something. I don't know.
I've heard that some soaps, like, I'm not going to say a brand, but, like, are basically, like, mostly lotion. Like, the ones that are, like,
Sure.
I don't moisturize your skin.
Yeah.
But it's not really, like, all the good stuff up in there. It's mostly, like, lotion and stuff. And so you might not be really getting very clean.
Who knows?
But here's something else I've heard, which maybe answers my own question from earlier. I just didn't think of it. I've heard that a big part of, like, cleaning with soap is not just the soap, but heat. That's why they say wash your hands and stuff with hot water and friction. And so, like, you obviously can't just, like, pour some soap on and wash it off with hot water. Like, the scrubbing part seems to be a big part of it. So I think that's, like, that's probably really essential parts of the equation. Like, I bet soap could have bacteria on it and stuff. When you combine soap with hot water with friction, the trinity of those things creates a holy cleanliness.
Where is this going? I'm so confused.
Anyway, I'm just getting at the fact that I think those three things are necessary for it to really all work. So maybe soap isn't this substance that's just perfect on its own.
Possibly. Guess we'll never know. I guess our advice to you guys for your life is just use soap.
Yeah, use it and
Wash your hands.
And-
Clean your body.
yeah.
And that basically wraps up our conversation today.
That's pretty much all we've got. But this topic was suggested by a friend of Jason's named John, who lives in Texas, and we just wanted to thank John for suggesting that we talk about soap.
Yeah.
And we appreciate suggestions, so
Thank
thanks
you
so
guys
much.
for your suggestions.
All right, see y'all soon.